you start it.
Well, well, it's already started.
Okay. I'm ready then.
So this, okay, well, that's good. This is our podcast. I forget what episode we are on. I think it might be 8. Lex is here somewhere.
I am here somewhere.
We're in the dark, so only by the light of the phone. I thought it'd be a good episode to talk about, or a good time, or episode, or whatever you want to say, to talk about being grateful, gratitude, thankfulness,
Blessings.
all of that stuff. So, now that I have said that, what say you, Lex, about that
Well,
topic?
I think it is a great time for that because this is the time that we celebrate Christmas, we celebrate coming into the winter, returning to the light with the solstice. We anticipate the new year as we say goodbye to this old year. So it's kind of a thought-provoking time.
And what a year it has been.
Yeah. And I think whenever we are sort of shedding our skin or shedding the past year and entering the new year, it's a time for reflection. And to me, what comes to mind is, as you said in the beginning, like that sense of gratitude. And I mean, really, gratitude is always a big part of my life, my day-to-day life. When I consider what I have, what benefits I have, what blessings I have that some people don't. But especially when we're ending a year and going into a new year.
I think what sometimes I think about too when I think about, gratitude is that, what you said, there's almost this sense that there's, I think, sometimes a lack of gratitude in just the general, I don't know, society. I mean, I think that there's sometimes that you think, or I think to myself, I was like, oh wow, this is great, fortune, right? You're
Right.
like, oh wow, I found a penny. That's one more cents than I had, right?
Right.
Instead of, why didn't I find $1?
Right. Kind of like looking at it in the perspective of, wow, I'm grateful for that. I'm pleased with that, even if it's the smallest thing. It's like find that gratitude instead of like, why did I not get more? Why was that not more?
Right. Or like you get somebody gives you a gift, or you're giving a gift, and then the response is, I don't know, I sometimes think that there's just a lack of that appreciation for just, hey, this is something more than you had just like a second ago.
Right.
And why why can't we appreciate that just in general? Just,
It's almost like sometimes it feels like this sense of like not only not having gratitude but actually having discontent over what the gift is or what is given or what is found. It's like how do you call it, like discontent or dismay that it's not more.
yeah.
And maybe that is what the sense of entitlement is, kind of a little bit. I don't know whether that's a tie in there, but yeah, it's like I feel like I'm entitled to more, or I should have had more, and so therefore I feel disgruntled at the penny that I found instead of the 50-cent piece.
But I am always overjoyed by the penny that I find,
Right.
and thankful for that. So I think back to growing up and being thankful for everything that I had growing up, and we definitely weren't, the rich folks of the neighborhood, but I think gratitude for the fact that I had the mom that I had that
Right.
wanted us to be all that we could be, and really supported that endeavor, and not a lot of people have that, and I feel fortunate for that. But I wonder if you know this idea of the gratitude, or I don't, it might be a little lacking
The gratitude or the lack thereof.
on the en masse, or however, I wonder if there's little things that we can do in our day to day life that might increase that gratitude, of, on in the greater sense,
Well,
the greater sense of
right,
gratitude.
what comes to my mind just intuitively first off as you're saying that is just to demonstrate. I mean, just in the simplest way. And maybe this doesn't count on a huge scale, but I think on a day to day and one by one scale, it must count for something. But to just demonstrate gratitude, like to express the joy in the little things, or the gratitude in the little things out loud, to share that. And I don't know, maybe on some level, I like to think that counts to people that might not intuitively have thought of that, but then gone, oh, yeah, I guess maybe, yeah. Oh, I like that you have gratitude for that penny, or that you're expressing. I don't know.
So
I don't know
you
what I'm
mean
saying.
that you don't know what you're saying?
Well,
You,
I mean,
you might be drifting
no,
off.
no, no, I'm not drifting off, but I'm just like, it kind of sounds cheesy, I guess, as I'm hearing myself say it. But I think there's a truth to it where it's like, if in our own little way, if we are demonstrating gratitude or showing gratitude out loud, speaking the words out loud, that maybe that, I don't know, shows people, or might inform people that there is such a thing.
So what I'm hearing is that the words matter, which
Yes,
is
most definitely.
a tie-in to things that have happened over the last couple of months, and that they do have an effect.
I think words most definitely matter, and I do think that even that when we're feeling something, especially something like gratitude or blessing, in the positive, to like put words to it, and not to harp on it, but just to like demonstrate it.
Well,
That
there
might
wouldn't be
really,
anything wrong with harping on it
well, I
either.
mean, but that might really get,
I mean,
okay, yeah.
yeah, I mean, right?
Well, I don't think that things like gratitude and positive acknowledgement of benefits lends itself
To
to harping on
harping,
anything.
right?
But I
Yeah.
mean, but whatever. I mean, if those are the words you want to use.
Well, those weren't mine, but I mean, I think you can't have too much of that, I guess.
Yeah, I think
Is
it's a positive message.
Yeah. We're still here.
Of course we are. We've not gone anywhere.
It just all went silent
Oh,
there for
sorry.
just a second.
I guess I was just kind of reviewing what we were just talking about, and feeling really grateful for the opportunity that I have to even just put this out there on this podcast.
Oh,
I think that's pretty cool. It wouldn't have been my thought to do it, but I really love that it was your thought to do it, and I'm really happy to participate, and I feel grateful for that.
well, I am equally grateful for all of the blessings in my life and our life together. And definitely, there's not a day that goes by that I don't, I hope I'm saying this correctly, that I do understand, that's what I want to say, that I do understand how very blessed I am. And that is very, very special to me.
I think you've said it all. And I do think, yeah, I mean, just to wrap it up, because I do feel like I'm kind of drifting. I'm ready to fall off to my sleep now, but here's to blessings and gratitude, and I think that we should express them to ourselves and out loud to the world when we feel it.
All right. And I think then that will conclude our podcast for this week. As we go to sleep, or before one of us goes to sleep, or we both go to sleep. We'll see you next time, and thanks for tuning in this time.
Sweet dreams.
Okay, so it
Are
is
we
still recording. I
Oh,
was
okay.
trying to turn it off, but now we're done now.
Okay.
Good night.
For real now. Sweet dreams, everyone.